name is Crystal Witherspoon. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They actually moved out of town, so they asked us did we want Shadow, and of course I wanted Shadow. He's the best dog in the world. He was abused by his previous owner, and I have two cats, Nacho and Scarlet, and we got them from PetSmart.
My name is Venus Anderson, and this is my grand kitty, my daughter's cat. And her name is Taylor. Say hi, Taylor. And she was a stray. My daughter was at college in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and she found her as a stray.
Hi, my name is Sam, and I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I love animals.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Pierce. I'm a dog owner here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is my dog, Jazzy. I've had her for about 2 years now. Before I had her, she was with an owner that kept her locked in a cage all day because they were always gone with doing life duties and things. And that wasn't a good life for her.
This is my 4-year-old dog, Spaz, pit bull. I actually had bought him from my cousin, who actually had a few litters and decided to get him for myself.
The reason I think people abuse animals, well, there's probably a variety of different reasons, but mainly because maybe people just don't have the patience for it. Animals are kind of like people in a sense. Like, you have to take care of them like you take care of a child, and a lot of people don't even have patience for children, let alone animals. They can't talk or do a whole lot of things that humans can do, so maybe that's why.
They abuse animals because I think most people abuse things that are weaker than them. Animals are weak, to a point.
It's a lack of compassion, I think, in that person. I think it is something missing. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Yes, I think they should be treated equal because they need love and cared for. I think they should be treated equal.
I think actually all animals do, from cats to birds to mice to all animals, but I think the most cases I've seen, and this is basically on TV and what I've heard, is dogs. I don't know what it is about dogs, but they feel like they're strong and they can handle certain abuse that people give out to them, but actually they're not. They're very weak. They're not as strong as people think they are. And I really think it's dogs more than any other animal. For some reason, with the pit bull fighting and just dog fighting in general, not necessarily pit bull fighting, but just dog fighting in general. I think that people get their joys out of seeing that, and that is cruel and unusual punishment.
To me, I think it's a cat. And a lot of people I always hear don't really like cats, and I see it a lot on TV and different people abusing cats. I even had a cat that was abused by a neighbor.
To me, I think it would be a toss-up between dog or cat, because I've seen a lot of abused cats around, just walking around, and same for dogs because of dog fight.
I think that dogs are the most reported animal abuse cases because you see them all the time on the TV with those ads and those commercials. It's mainly dogs, and I think a lot of it is cats too. So I'm not saying that other animals should not get recognition that they are being abused, because they are, but it's mostly cats and dogs that I'm aware of.
I probably would say dogs probably have the highest abuse cases, just because people like to get dogs and have dog fights, and they think that it's the cool thing to do, to get a winning dog that can kill other dogs. And a lot of the time, to make the dogs vicious to fight, you have to abuse the dog.
I think it's just harmful to animals. I don't think they should do that. I think they should find another way to test for different products, not with the animals.
Well, I feel like it's wrong for one thing. They're testing products and medicine on animals, and it should be for people. People are the ones that are going to be taking this medicine. So they have a lot of people who actually go out and volunteer to get tested for this to make sure the medicine is, what the side effects are for people so they'll know. So why are they testing animals when the medicine isn't going for them? The animals aren't being volunteering to go. Believe me, they're not volunteering. They're actually being forced into being tested for something that has nothing to do with them. So I think that is wrong, and I think that people should stop this. Some companies have actually stopped, but a lot of them need to stop because it's not right.
If I witnessed somebody abusing an animal, I would immediately report it, and I would go up there and try to do everything that I could to stop it, because I think that abusing animals is completely wrong. They should be treated equally as humans, and they're lovable companions, and why would we want to hurt them? So I would probably go to the police station and tell them what's wrong, and hopefully they'll do something about it and take care of it.
Animal actually was being abused, I would literally go up to them in a non-violent way and talk to them and say, why are you abusing this animal? What is your reasoning? And if they came at me in a harsh way, I would just say, I'm just asking because obviously this animal is frightened of you. And he doesn't seem like he would do anything to hurt you. So why are you hurting this animal? And if they continue to do what they were doing, I would call 911. I would stand there, wait for the police, and I would witness to the police what I've seen. And I think that in that kind of circumstances, people do need to be accountable for what they've done. Animals are not here to hurt us. They're here to be our friends and our companions.
I believe that animal abuse should be an issue that the world should try to stop perpetuating, simply because animals are really sweet, and they don't necessarily try to cause us harm. Normally, just like a person, an animal has an emotional reaction to something, and so they react. So I think that the world needs to take into consideration that animals have a right to life just the same way as people do, and maybe less attacks on people would occur if people would start treating animals better, and they didn't have to feel in threat of their lives, and then try to assault, or jump at a person. So
And I think animal abuse should be nationwide because, animals they're just so lovable and they make people happy. And it just, they help us things too. Not just only our pets, but for them and making us happy.
Well, I think that animal abuse is an issue that the entire world needs to know, because a lot of people, they don't think about it in their everyday lives. They go on and they go to work, and when they go to sleep at night, the first thing that comes to their mind is not animal abuse, and that is something that should come to mind to them when they are on the street, when they see animals, because it happens right under their noses and they have no idea, and they don't know what to do to stop it. Like, those commercials are not enough. We need flyers hand out. We need public officials talking about this, because this is a true problem, like any other problem in the United States. Just because it's not about humans does not mean that it's not important. So we need to take higher action, and we need to do something about this problem, because it's upsetting a lot of the U.S. and it's just wrong, and it's cruel, and it needs to be stopped.
Well, for one, I take very good care of my dog, and like I said before, I'm very against dog fighting, so that's my way of giving back to it, by making sure I take care of mine.
I definitely think animal abuse should be taken seriously. It is a worldwide issue, and it happens everywhere. And not only does it affect the animals, but it affects the people around the animals. It's just actually a very terrible issue and that people are not taking seriously, which I think they should be taking seriously. It needs to stop. No, it has to stop.
Um, well, if I had it my way, I would maybe try to make some billboards, some things that I know people would see, to kind of just keep in the forefront of people's minds, to stop animal abuse and to get people more aware that it is a problem and that it happens more frequently than not. Maybe people can donate to different animal shelters or things of that nature. Get your animals neutered or spayed so that there's not a bunch of extra animals running around, waiting to get abused by people who can't deal with them and try to give them up or let them loose. So, yeah, just a couple things that I would say.
I love animals. I always have loved animals. Ever since I was a little girl, animals has always been just so loving to me, and I've been so loving to them. And I just think it's wrong, and it hurts me to know that people are out there hurting animals for no reason at all. So please stop animal abuse when you can. Otherwise, you're gonna see the end results. Stop animal abuse, please.